Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
And this is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And you're listening to The Drop, our weekly podcast on all things running. Exciting stuff for you today. We're going to cover some of the stuff from Houston. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that are going on with Grit. And we're going to talk about Hoka. We've got two shoes, the Carbon X3 and
the Mach Supersonic.
Hit that.
Which is a repetition.
It's like going supersonic.
Yeah.
The
like
Mach.
Junior.
Yeah.
Can you put that up there?
Yeah. Why don't we do that?
It looks cool. So we get a good video preview.
There you go.
People who are listening.
If you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we're here. It's been a wild week of all kinds of stuff.
Crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff in the running world. Crazy stuff in our life world. Mildly crazy. I don't know. Some wrenches thrown into our training.
Yeah, definitely. As you can tell, we're going to have to pick up the energy a little bit from Megan. Megan, why are you feeling a little nuts?
Because we were stupid and went and got the booster shots.
Wait, we're probably going to have to put a disclaimer on this now.
Yeah,
it's not stupid if you get the booster shot, but Megan and I both went and got the Pfizer booster shot.
And I was feeling great and my training was going very well. And then we got these shots and I haven't slept for 2 days because I've been freezing or hot and I can't get comfortable and I'm over it.
So you're like the opposite of boosted physically right now.
Yeah.
You're like unboosted.
Okay, so here's typical. If Megan wasn't boosted 2 days ago, she would have run yesterday, which she did.
Right.
She would have gotten on the bike, which she didn't because she was feeling like crap. When I took her away from the office here, she was like curled up on the couch like afterwards. And then this morning is a workout day for Megan normally on a Wednesday. So we would see some blasting paces, long distance, marathon training.
You got nothing.
Nothing.
Zero day.
But I will say, as her partner, that the fact that as bad as she felt, she still got up and walked Ralphie this morning.
Someone's got to do it.
I know, but you could every once in a while be like, yo, I'm checking out. But she walked
I'm not
around.
going to get into this.
Yeah. But other than that, how's your training going, Megan?
Other than that, it's been fine.
Yeah.
It's going well. Got my last week was technically peak week for me for Donna Marathon.
And that's good.
Yeah. After this weekend, it'll be my last long run with some marathon pace work in it. And then it's all taper.
And I've seen you running or been following your running, of course. And you're doing really well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like I think Donna could be another exciting
Donna's
race for you.
such a gamble with the weather. Like it could be 80 degrees or it could be 40. So
you'll get pumped up though. Ben's going to be running with you.
Yeah.
And I think that'll give you that extra juice.
It was funny because we were chatting yesterday and he's like, I took a look at your long run workout. And he's like, so 620s for the marathon?
Yeah.
I was like, that would be like all stars aligning, which is very unlikely.
What is that? What's a 620 pace equal?
620 flat is like a 246.
Oh, wow. Boom.
I would be so excited for Megan if we go sub 250.
I mean, that would be pretty epic.
Yeah. You're gonna.
I know, it's exciting.
Yeah. As long as the temperature's like in 50 degree range, 55, you're good.
Like for us, Robbie, being there, like that's often when I'm doing the Donna or whatever, I'm just waiting to see, like, I don't care about my run. And then it's like waiting for Megan to, and when I say waiting, it's not like I beat her to the finish line. I'm usually have done the shorter distance. I used to flip flop. I used to do the marathon and Megan used to do the half. Now I pretty much do the half and Megan does the marathon. So I try to get to the finish line since we have access to it.
And I was supposed to do the full, but now I'm doing the half. But by the way, do I still have time to transfer?
Yeah,
okay.
But you got to do it.
No, I'll do it like today.
Okay.
And then I will be doing the half if my foot gets better.
Are you guys running together?
I don't think so. Robbie is one of those guys that would start off, hey, I'll run with you, and then drop me.
True.
Because he can't stand.
There's high potential that I could be injured in between now and then, just because. For no other reason.
Don't say that.
For no other reason than I'm feeling great right now.
Yeah, so it pretty much is flip-flop. So I was doing pretty well. I was running pretty consistently, getting those 10-mile days in. Before even Grit started, I kind of had like a foot thing going on. And I just felt like maybe it's a tendon, maybe it's something. I was trying to wish away any kind of stress fracture. So I took a couple days off. I went back to it this past weekend. I did 20 miles between Thursday and Saturday. And then I pretty much knew that my foot was cooked on Sunday.
Okay, I have to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Saturday was your birthday.
Yeah.
You did a long run.
Uh-huh.
You could have cashed in a free foot massage gift certificate from me for your birthday. You didn't do that, and now look where you're at.
It was, you know what? I wasn't ready to be touched that way.
All right. Maybe next birthday.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I don't know. So I've been taking off this week, and when I say taking off, I've been doing my Zwift rides, which I got to tell you, I got to do more of those because it's a nice breakup from the running, but also I think that it does help with some of the backup muscles and stuff like that. So hopefully,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that by Saturday when we have our grit party here at the headquarters, that I'll be able to run that day. We'll see what's going on with the foot. But
Okay.
before we get into the grit party and all that, Robbie, you're turning a leaf. This is awesome.
I feel good.
What's happening?
I don't know. Just, we were talking about last week, kind of changed up some things, getting up earlier, trying to take better care of myself. And, I feel a lot better. And I've just been like trying to do mileage, just like 4 or 5 miles. I did 12-mile run on Saturday. That was nice. And then just, I actually like running right now.
So do you think that maybe some of your problems in the past have been mental?
Yeah. Probably most of them. And actually I feel like some of the injuries I've had have kind of started to dissipate. So,
The power of the mind.
I don't know. Yeah. And I have been like doing some core workouts like every morning. So that's probably helping too.
What's kind of interesting about what you're doing with the changes is one of our favorite listeners, Robin Murray, for my birthday sent me the book Atomic Habits.
Yeah, which I'm reading right now.
Oh, you're
too.
reading it as well?
We talked about it last week.
Remember? And you were like, I think we have it. And I was like, no, it's coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So I just started reading it,
Yeah.
and I see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm in the very beginning of the book. I probably, first couple chapters, but the message behind it resonates for me. I hope it's not one of those books we were talking earlier offline about, like you start to get repetitive.
It's not repetitive. I think he pulls a lot. I don't know how much of it is original thoughts. He pulls a lot, and he gives credit from other thinkers in the past, like Charles Duhigg and habit people. So
The only thing I found annoying was he did a whole thing on the British cycling team and how all those little habits added up to performance, which I equate to something that
and they were doping.
Yeah. Is that what the asterisk was?
I don't know, but
Okay. Because
yeah.
I thought it was annoying because it was a great story. But at the end of the story, there was a little asterisk, and you read at the bottom, new details have come to light, but I'm not covering them here.
I'm assuming that's what it was. Yeah. And
like,
then he makes you go to his website.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like,
Smart.
I'm not getting suckered into that that move. But so apparently I thought, when I was reading that, not only for running, but for Believe in the Run, those little things like, they changed up the color of the inside of the van so they could see where the dirt was. And,
I do believe that's a huge thing. Yeah, that was a cool one that they painted the white van so that any speck of dust that would get into their gears or would show up.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
Well, it's neat. But, I took it as like this morning, for example, normally I take off my whatever exercise gear and I throw it on the bathroom floor. I jump in the shower and it might sit there until another time when I pick it up and throw it in the laundry. Yeah. And when I put it, I said, it'll take me 10 seconds to just walk over to the hamper and throw this in right now. So before I jump to the shower, just put that, and that's the kind of thing where I'm trying to build out and get the clutter stuff. So
yeah, that's a big one for me for sure.
I would be amazed if you could remember like your personal objects.
Okay, that's like long-term goal.
Yeah. Every time Robbie comes by the house, we get a new coffee mug or a
phone,
jacket, computer.
Imagine how many gifts I left along the way when I was touring in a band.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I would say, so the one thing I thought about was from that book was, he talks about how a pilot who's taking off, if they just move their nose like a foot, it
was, I think it was less than that. I think it was 17 inches.
Okay, yeah.
It was
that's more than
3 degrees.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you would, is the difference between like going to like LA or New York?
It was New York and DC.
Okay, yeah.
So like
From
if the
if you're
plane,
taking off from where? Boston?
LA.
Oh, from LA. Okay.
Yeah. And he said he actually did the math and figured it out, but
it's like that thing where it's just like a slight shift can change like my whole mindset from where I was miserable with running and
I like
everything. I was like, oh, it's suddenly like today I did a stroller run, like taking my kids to school, and that's like 2.5 miles, just like round trip. But then afterwards, I tacked on some extra miles, and I just felt
Did you drop off the stroller first?
Yeah, yeah. I hate running with that thing.
I do too.
But so then I was like, oh, I'll just like tack on an extra 1.5 miles to get to 4 miles. But I was feeling nice. It's like cold out, but feels good, and so I just went, 4 more miles.
See, and that's what I like about grit when I'm healthy.
Yeah.
Is that it takes away, like normally I'm like, I got to go do X number of miles.
Mm-hmm.
And so your mind is just concentrated on getting those miles. What I like about the grit is I'll go out and I'm like, I'm feeling pretty good today. I just hit 3.5 miles.
Yeah.
You know what? I might as well run to the 4 mile mark before I turn around, or I might as well go to 5 because I'm feeling good. And you kind of start to rely on your body more. One of the things I want to do when I get healthy is maybe run by feel a lot more, and maybe not even consider the watch. Like if I'm feeling fast that day, I'll run fast.
Yeah.
If I'm not feeling fast that day, I'll take it easy.
I think that's a huge difference. That's what I love about the grit mindset when I'm feeling healthy and doing it is like, say so even last night I met my mom because I got this dog for her.
You had to give her Hokas back?
Yeah. No, but I was meeting her up in North Maryland because they got a dog.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that was cool.
No photos.
I have some.
Okay.
And
what are you calling the dog?
what was the same name it had?
What was the name?
Penny.
Penny.
It's a good name.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, had some dog thoughts, by the way, but I'll come back to that. So I was like, what if I meet her? If I get there like 15 minutes early, which I didn't, but I was like, oh, I'll just like go for a mile run, and that's like an extra mile. And I never do that stuff unless I'm doing grit.
Yeah.
But it adds up to like a lot of mileage.
I think
just these weird little runs.
If you think about Mike Wardian, I feel like he always has the grit mindset.
Yeah, he's like on
like
it.
He's like, I'm at the airport. I could sit here and wait for my plane or run 3 miles in the airport.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you can get in that mindset, it really is amazing how many miles you can log and feel like super fit.
I mean, what's great is I can feel a difference in you.
Yeah.
Like you seem
not pissed all the time.
Yeah, you seem a little more upbeat, a little more positive energy, which is nice. You want to see people feeling good when they run. I think that's the whole reason that we like sharing stuff on the podcast or doing reviews and doing that stuff, is we want people to have a really positive experience with running and connect to it. So,
well, this is a good transition point, but you were talking about the grit mindset and kind of just like going off of feel and not necessarily feeling bound to do long miles and hard miles. I saw Cal Neff, who paced D'Amato at Houston. He posted on his Instagram about how like this was his lowest mileage block ever. He was doing like 30 to 35 miles a week.
She was only at 80. She topped out at 80.
Yeah, which is pretty low for like an elite marathoner. And he was like, this is the first time I ever just felt like I'm just gonna run by feel and not just have fun with it. And he ended up getting a PR.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Well, that also was my mindset. Not that I'm Cal Neff or anything, but when I went in, I think the first time I ran the NCR marathon after a disappointing wine glass, I was just like, I know I have fitness. I feel like I got into my head at wine glass, and I feel like the wind got to me, and just there's a bunch of factors that really were disturbing. And I was like, I'm not even gonna tell anybody I'm running NCR. I'm just gonna show up. If I feel like running, I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna detach like an emotional attachment to the result. I just want to run well and feel good when I ran. And I ran at that time a pretty good marathon, and then following up, it it led me into, I unfortunately got out of that mindset when I did York, had a crappy one, but got back into it for Wine Glass this past year.
Yeah.
Ran a fairly decent marathon. I felt like it was a really good marathon. I loved running with Jarrett. And then I reloaded for NCR again because I felt like, hey, I'm in that good headspace. I've got good legs. And again, it wasn't attached. Like, I'm a little bummed that I was 15 seconds off the BQ. I ran 3:25:15, and 3:25 is my qualifying time.
Yeah.
And so if I was paying attention, I probably would have maybe.
It's the double-edged sword there.
Yeah, maybe.
But maybe you would have been running 2 or 3:30 or something then.
Well, yeah, or I would probably have gone out too fast or something like that. So I was still really happy with the result. So yeah, if you can kind of detach yourself from, I think, expectations and comparisons.
Is that what you did for Indianapolis, Meg? Or were you just like, didn't tell anyone that you were doing it?
I mean, I definitely didn't tell anyone I was doing it, but I've always been sort of, not always. In the past year, I've switched pretty much all of my training from pace-based to effort-based. So, like, I go out, and if I have marathon pace, I know what my goal marathon pace is, but I'm not looking at my watch every 5 seconds. I'm running by what I think feels comfortably hard. And sometimes it's right on pace, sometimes it's slower, and sometimes it's faster. But I think it's just how you're feeling that day, and there's no point in pushing through.
And that I will say, you use that training for me when we went into the NCR and Wine Glass, I think, right? Yeah. And instead of giving me like hard paces that I would like come back from my workout and be like either disappointed or over like confident, like I was just, there wasn't like a hard set goal, and whether I hit what maybe she was expecting in her mind or what I was expecting, I felt more positive after the workout. So talk about your mind switch, where instead of feeling bad after workouts, and I used to get like anxiety before speed workouts.
Yeah.
So
always taking a big dump right before.
Well, I try anyway. So for me, it took that pressure off. So I was having a positive, more like talking about like your positive mindset. After hard workouts, I had more and more positive experiences with hard efforts that made it more exciting to try to run harder.
Right. I get that.
Was a new lesson.
I think the only problem I have with that is I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm like, am I running a mile all out? Am I running 5K? Because those feel the exact same to me.
I will tell you, I feel like it takes a lot of practice and a lot of patience and repetition.
But you'll know, because if what'll happen is say that you're supposed to go out and do 6 times 800 hard.
Right.
You're going to go out, and if you
can't make it,
if you can't make it towards the 6th one and you're dropping off, then you're going out too hard. But if you can progressively get faster, you're going to
or stay consistent.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll know. But that's the hard part. Then you got to start looking at your watch again. But it's a dicey.
Yeah.
But I think relying too much on the watch, like people say, can get you into trouble.
Yeah.
And I think not paying attention to it can also get you in trouble, because you can just get into like.
Yeah, I think there's a balance there for sure.
But
anyways,
yeah, let's talk about the grit party real quick and what's going on with grit.
Yeah.
We got some crazy dudes trying to get major elevation.
Yeah, real quick, and then we're going to move on to the Houston Marathon. So grit is our monthly or
biannual?
Semi-annually. That's twice a year.
Yeah.
I have a winter grit and a summer grit to make this easy.
Sorry. And basically you try to log as many miles as you can. This month this grit, we had a kind of elevation challenge. We want people to see how much elevation they can get. And so when we originally planned this, I was like, I don't know if we can do Mount Everest, which is 29,000 feet of elevation, because that means like 1,000 feet of elevation in a day. I was like, I don't know if anyone's going to do that.
People have done it.
I clearly have no concept of how insane people are. So we've already had 4 people like far surpass the Everest.
But see, here's the weird thing is the grit challenge is a mileage challenge.
Right.
Now, elevation, we happen to have on the patches what the elevation of each mountain is. Mm-hmm. And people are excited to actually shoot for it.
So Pat Blair, who and it's all like, what's crazy is that it's all like Baltimore people.
Yeah.
Which known for elevation.
Yeah,
here.
Baltimore is not Colorado.
I mean, there are pretty big hills, like deceptively big hills in Baltimore.
I was gonna say, what about Baltimore Marathon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What is the elevation of Baltimore Marathon?
A ton.
yeah, it's got to be a lot. But I will say, like, it's not like you can just run up a mountain,
Yeah.
like Uncle Rico. But
He doesn't run. He throws over.
he could run it too. Like if coach would have put him in, he could run it over that mountain too. But Pat Blair is leading right now. He's a Canesville guy, 41,000 feet of elevation.
Whoa.
Actually,
Did you hear that laugh Robbie just did?
is that Ernie?
Yeah, it was.
Ernie,
It took me right back to Sesame Street.
He and Adam Driscoll, who they're like best friends, they're tied. He has 41,000 feet as well. And then
I mean, John Ober's got to be up there.
there's a guy, John Dennis, who has 31,000 feet. And then a Faster Bastards who runs with us. He's only run 150 miles. So there's other guys that run like 270 miles so far.
Yeah.
And there's a guy who runs with us. He won the Oregon Ridge. And that's Jeremy Gardner. And he has.
I gave him some past stuff at the last party at the last HQ
Okay,
party.
yeah. He loved it, by the way. I think
Okay.
He
All right.
messaged me. But he
Message you. He should message me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, best friend stuff.
Yeah.
But he ran 150 miles and has 31,000 feet of elevation. That's 200 feet per mile.
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
basically just running uphill.
Yeah.
That's what
all the time.
they did a whole thing on a Thursday night where they went to Gun Road.
Which is like a notoriously horrible hill.
Like a lot of people have to walk up it. Like it's not.
I think I've only run it twice. Like actually,
I don't like
without
yeah.
stopping.
And they did repeats on it, and they did like 8 miles of repeats on this thing that's just like it's got to be like what 30% grade.
Apparently it's not. They said like 15 or 20% the one part, but I'm like I'm pretty sure it's more. But so I ran with our one friend Ben Adams the other night, and he said that those hill repeats were the worst he's felt, like aside from his first marathon in like Baltimore.
And what you have to understand is Ben is a super strong runner,
like 2:45 marathoner,
but also just like
2:40.
Like he's super strong.
It's crazy. Anyways,
So someone analyzed, I have to bring this up because this is cool. Someone analyzed the Baltimore Marathon elevation, and he said that it's only 1,100 feet of gain across the entire marathon.
But some marathons are like 100 to 200.
But it's only in 2 sections. So all of the gain is from miles 1 to 4 and then 15 to 23.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard, because 15
15
through
to 23 is rough. And that's the best part is if you come to do the half, you don't escape that part. It's like dead center for you. So
it's the worst part for both sets of runners.
Nobody gets a pass. Do the 5K.
Anyway, so that's exciting. Congrats to those people really crushing it in grit. And come out to the grit party this
10
weekend.
a.m. Saturday. Well, if you're listening to this, it'll be tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And it's going to be awesome. We have ASICs here. It's going to be freaking cold, but it's great. Whatever. We're going to have ASICs here. They're going to be doing shoe demos, and they're going to be doing shoe giveaways. We're going to have sweatshirts here that we're going to be giving away that you can customize with either the Believe in the Run logo. For the Faster Bastards, they can put a Faster Bastards logo on the front of the sweatshirt. You're going to be able to do several different little designs on the sweatshirt. We're also giving away a mug.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
It's a little camper mug, like those little enamel mugs.
You did say that. That's insane. This is too many giveaways for free.
Well,
it's ridiculous.
I was talking about this with Brandon earlier on the live. Icky Ben, which to me, crab cakes are pretty good, but Icky Ben to me is better. Like if you're going to say Maryland should be known for something, I'm going to say it's Icky Ben.
Oh, yeah. Like whenever I tell people coming to town, I say you need to go to Icky Ben, not freaking LP Steamers. Or Phillips, or like just because crabs are insanely expensive to begin with. So I'm just like, just get Icky Ben chicken sandwich. You're going to love it.
Yeah. Icky Ben is also, we're going to have two different sandwiches. So we're going to have the bird, which is the like chicken sandwich. And then we're going to have a vegan one.
Well, there's, the tofu bowls.
Well, isn't it good?
I think they're going to do the bowl.
Okay, bowl. So that is going to be pretty cool. And then we'll have some adult beverages.
For sure. Who's bringing the mezcal? Someone will.
Thomas just got some for his
Kacharski
birthday.
will bring some.
All right. So besides that, we're going to have a run in the morning so you can get some of those grit miles in. I just think it's going to be a fun time.
But we don't have the sweatshirt. We won't have sweatshirts or anything to give like grit swag.
Not the grit swag. We're not giving out the grit swag because it's going to get too complicated. If we give out to people who get here, then we have to make sure we don't print a label for them. And then if we print a label and pack a bag, the people will get double. So
Get it.
we're just not going to do that. You can grab a new sweatshirt. You can grab, all the other stuff. We're going to be giving stuff away.
All right.
There's plenty here that you'll enjoy picking up. And of course, for the Faster Bastards, I have a limited run of jackets that we're going to be giving.
Cool.
But those aren't free.
That's exciting. All right. Well, let's quick hit up the Houston Marathon business.
Yeah.
Talk about a former podcast guest crushing it.
One of our all-time favorites. And
She's the only. No, she's not the only one now. but-
Double guest.
Yeah, she's been on twice, which is very rare.
Yeah. And here's the thing that I love about Kira. She doesn't forget you. Like, she still comments on our posts. She's
Say your last name because
Kira D'Amato. If you don't know who we're talking about, then get out of here.
There's someone out there who doesn't
Yeah.
know.
Kira D'Amato just got the U.S. women's record for the fastest marathon. Meg, what was the time?
2:19:12.
Which, if you can do math in your head, is super blazing fast.
I
It's
think it's
around
like
a
a
5:16 pace.
5:16, 5:17.
Yeah.
Nope.
Which
No.
go out.
No, it's not real.
If you're not, I can't imagine you're a runner, not a runner, and listening to this podcast because God, would it be boring? But if you're not, go out and try to hit the track, and try to hit a 5:15 mile one time. And I would say some of the people listening to us, yeah, you're going to be able to hit that. Obviously, we've got some of the faster bastards. A lot of them will be able to hit that, but the majority of us, we're not coming close to that.
Yeah.
And not for 26 laps.
Yeah, and then 26 laps. They make a big deal out of it. She's 37. She's got 2 kids. She works as a realtor. I mean, she just got picked up by Nike like almost a year ago. Right? Was it during Marathon Project or after Marathon Project?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay. And, she wanted to hold out for a brand that she believed in the product.
Well,
And
she's been wearing Nikes for years, and she didn't want to change that.
Exactly. So just an amazing athlete. But the best part is, like, she's so down to earth. Like, here's one of the most phenomenal female athletes of our time. Battled back from an ankle injury. Comes back to do this. She did third place at Chicago earlier this year. She's a beast.
4th.
Oh, 4th? Okay.
I just
third American?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's her, obviously her, Sarah Hall, and Molly Seidel. Like, that's it.
No, I think Emma Bates is in there. She's
Yeah,
in the mix.
okay.
I don't think we've seen the best Emma Bates yet.
That could be.
I mean, there's a thick women's
It is
distance
true.
running
I guess
field
it just
right
keeps
now.
getting better and better.
And I mean, anyone can have a day.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But I would say, Emma and Molly are the same. They interact on social. If we post or tag them, they are just nice, fun people to follow because they interact.
Here's my thing. So you said anyone could have a day, which I agree with, but I feel like those 3 consistently are in the top 3, are doing like crazy stuff.
Yeah, but Emma's pretty new to the sport.
Yeah, no,
And she's
feel like her
already
name belongs in that circle.
She's second at Chicago, which is insane.
That actually is insane.
And she did it with a smile on her face, Robbie, the whole time.
Well, and it just goes to show you, there's
Kipchoge
so many
method.
different paths to success. Look at Sarah. She was it took 15 years to
Okay,
get where she is.
And we should congratulate her on taking the women's half record now.
Same day,
The
yeah.
same day. It kind of got overshadowed by Kira because, half
I think
full.
the marathon, yeah.
But here's the craziest thing. The Halls, her husband, Ryan, same course, has the men's American record. Sarah has the female record on the same course. One family owns the fastest half marathon any U.S. person has ever laid down. One family. And now he's chucking logs, drinking his multidextrin.
I wonder if their girls feel pressure to.
Have you seen their one?
Yeah,
one
they're
girl?
running
Yeah.
Super fast.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude, I was at a Runner's World event 4 years ago. The Runner's World. This is
I remember that when you were writing the article.
Yeah,
You went up. I remember this.
I got a free entry.
Yeah.
And
There's a Runner's World half.
yeah, it's their festival or whatever.
Yeah.
And Sarah Hall and Ryan were the MCs or whatever. And their daughter ran the 5K and won it outright. And she was 13 or something.
Yeah.
It was like insane.
Sounds right.
Yeah. I mean, I if you want, like, if you're born into that family or adopted into that family,
apparently it doesn't matter. Yeah.
But
like
I'm saying
genes,
what I
whatever.
mean is, I believe that the amount of dedication and
Nurture versus
the
nature.
brain, I think that you are now in the university of the halls.
Yeah.
And you know, you're
surrounded by literal greatness.
Yeah, your dad is chopping logs and walking through the forest with his shirt off, and
Meanwhile,
your mom's getting the
running
fastest
150 miles a week. And
Meanwhile, University of the Reddingers is like a community college for runners.
Hey, well, my boys aren't exactly blazing it right now. You know, would it be interesting though? I want to see the next marathon where maybe we have a field that is Kira, Emma, Sarah, Molly.
Well, who's going to be at Worlds? So
Worlds is going to be.
That's
Molly
3 of them,
Seidel,
right?
Yeah.
Sarah Hall, and Emma Bates.
Why isn't Kira?
Maybe she won't.
She didn't. No, it's the top 3.
Oh, that's right.
You had to have a qualifying
Sorry, I
time
forgot,
or a placement in a major.
And Houston's not even a major.
No.
Yeah.
It's
But
like-
but
it's like
they were already
almost a major.
picked.
Yeah. Maybe we should just sneak her in and just be like, Kira, follow us.
Pretty sure that's not how it works.
So the OTQ window is open, right?
yes.
Okay. So the trials would be in basically 2 years from now.
Yeah, she's planning
2024
on-
is
yeah.
the Olympics, and she just said on the Today Show,
She'll be there.
I'm gonna.
I'm assuming she would
yeah,
be. I'm just saying, like, 2 years, still a long time away. Like,
I have
can you
no doubts in her.
maintain that the whole way through.
Yeah.
I think I believe you need to have the physical ability to do these things, but I believe the mind is actually the stronger muscle in running, and I think Kira has broken through that fight. Like I just couldn't fathom. Like, I know you see the guys who are winning at the end, and they're cruising and they're faster than the women. But when I saw her coming down that chute and you saw her working, she looked like she was flying, and there was a determination on her face that was just like, I'm doing this today. And it was incredible.
Do you think that gives someone more of a mental edge? Because you're like, I got to do this now. Like, or I have this window. Whereas if you're like a younger athlete, you're
You
like,
think there's another chance?
yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, there's always the next race. I feel like if I was getting, I mean, maybe that's just how I
that's
feel.
that's why we're sitting here. and
Yeah,
they're
but
out
I'm
there.
saying, like, that's just life. Like, it's like you have a limited amount of time, and
I don't think it's the time necessarily. I think probably it starts creeping in the time, but I think the advantage that you get as you're older is the experience. So, you know, like for me, I believe the last 2 marathons I did, which I was happy with the performance, came from the experiences that I've had that I ran these correctly, that I didn't. And I don't care if I had run these in a slower time or whatever. I went out and I ran and executed the marathon correctly. And it took me several times
yeah.
and things to get there. But that's me. Maybe I'm not a fast learner.
But then, like, look at people like Molly Seidel, who
But Molly has lots of experience. Molly ran college.
not in the
like
marathon.
in the marathon.
But I'm saying the runner's mindset.
Sure, yeah.
Like she
Yeah.
knows what it's like to
I don't know.
compete.
I guess it's just a different person to person, different.
Yeah.
I really wish this would transfer over to the guy side, is the personalities that we have
Yeah, seriously.
in
Get
the
your shit
women's
together,
running.
guys.
Like Molly is just fun. She's out there making the sport seem fun.
Like, how in the hell is Galen Rupp the best we can do? Like, as far,
He doesn't even have
I'm sh-
social media.
I'm sure he's a nice guy, but like,
I mean, it doesn't translate to
I don't know, maybe he's a
all the
nice
female
guy.
runners, but we have people like Kira, we have people like Molly, like Emma, that are out there, that are accessible, that have a sense of humor about it, that talk about their ups and downs. You know, honestly, I wish Sarah would be a little more open, and we'll get a chance to meet her at some point. And
I will say,
yeah, I would love to know more of what's going on with her.
yeah, that's true. She's kind of an enigma in some ways. I will say, I think coming up in the guy side, you got like Frank Lara. That's
Yeah.
the dude who runs for Ultra, who came in Like
debut marathon did a 2:12, 2:11.
Sydney get a boot eye. Who?
Yeah, Sydney killed it in his half.
Yeah, and he's gonna be a beat. Like he's.
I
Really
do not understand why he hasn't been snatched up.
It's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when people like wait to buy a stock until it like is at its peak.
Yeah.
It's like, how about you get it on the ground floor and like get to enjoy the
Get
whole
the Bitcoin
process.
going back in 2017.
Sydney get a boot eyes Bitcoin
in 2017. But I will say I do want to give a caveat to Sarah because I don't want to be mislead. I see her personality and her performance, like that London when she did the sprint to the end. That comes through, and the personality comes through. Her love for her husband and the kiss and the hug and the embrace at the end of the Houston Marathon, it comes through. I just would love it if she was maybe a little more accessible, and we could learn more about her.
Wasn't there like someone else another dude?
Scott Fauble did well.
Okay.
So Rory Linkletter, Scott Fauble, and Sydney
Right.
were all in a
The
little
same pack. Okay.
group together.
Oh no, what I was gonna say is that Sydney, who runs for Roots Running, they just picked up Parker Stinson.
I love Parker. Parker and
So that group is like ridiculous
Yeah.
right now.
Parker has good personality. Like, let's go back a little bit because there are guys out there that are doing a good job of bringing fun to running. I think Sydney
cool
and
dude.
Parker and some of those guys.
Why do they just seem less exciting?
I think because
Is it just because women are dominating that much?
the women are dominating and they're competing at the world level, where our guys are still not at the world level. Like, that they're coming in
Behind the East
fourth,
Africans.
fifth, sixth, not top three.
Probably true.
And secondly, I think what we get from the women is like I get Emma Bates running, and I get Emma Bates' personal life. You start to feel familiar with them, like they're friends or something like that.
Basically, they're way better at social media.
Yeah.
Right. And
I think that's what it comes down
Molly's
to.
playful.
Yeah.
We know that she likes dogs. Like, I know that
hilarious.
Parker Stinson has a dog, but he's not rolling around the floor with him doing, TikToks or anything. But I'm not saying, Parker, you need to do that.
I am.
Okay.
All
You
right.
probably win the day if you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, anyways, anything else about that? I think we're gonna have. Are we gonna have Jeremy on the podcast at some point?
Yeah.
Jeremy's going to be on in a couple of weeks. So this week we actually chat with Ashley Mateo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Jeremy's coming in studio, so we'll get to have a nice video. But Jeremy ran Houston Marathon, did a personal best at a 2:22.
He
I forget.
and
40,
he runs
40
with the faster bastard.
Yeah.
So like our group. So
yeah, he's a fast.
he's the fastest. Of
He
the
may. I
bastards.
don't know if it even makes sense for us, but we may try to make him the first sponsored athlete for Believe in the Run. And
Here's a T-shirt.
Faster bastard. Yeah, it'll be alpha flies and singlets and race entries.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Anyways, all right.
I am excited though. We're gonna interview Ashley Mateo here. She is a friend and a journalist, a freelance journalist. We first met Ashley when we went up to the
Falmouth Road
Falmouth
Race.
Road Race with ASICS, and she was covering it as a piece. Did she do it for women's running? What did she?
I think there's a few pieces out there, maybe Women's Running or Runner's World.
Okay. And Ashley came out. She's super fun. She's got a super positive attitude with running. She's definitely someone that I enjoyed doing a shakeout run with and being around. And, we had a fun, nice talk about what it's like to be a freelance journalist in the running community. And she's running she's got to get all her stars. Is Tokyo the last star for her?
Tokyo's the last
Oh,
star.
wow.
Yeah. So she's
awesome.
run all the marathons, including Boston.
Is she
and she
trying to do
talks about
Tokyo
that.
this year?
She is.
She signed up and we will be going together if it happens.
Yeah, if it happens. Now Megan's boosted. She just needs to get her passport. We're good.
And recover from getting boosted. So,
Yeah.
You'll be good.
All right. I know we skipped the shoes.
Oh yeah.
All right, Robbie. So real quick, I know we have a long one here today, but let's get into. We have two Hoka shoes that we could talk
Yeah,
about.
so it's the Carbon X3 and the Mach Supersonic, which is a repetitive name, but whatever. They both have the ProFly Plus for the Supersonic. Is it ProFly X for the Hoka?
No.
Yeah, for the Carbon X.
No,
It
it's
says
just Pro.
It says
says
ProFly X on
Yeah,
it.
but the X is just the carbon.
No,
plate.
but they said that they updated the midsole to it. It's just a tweak to the EV. It's just a tweak if they did.
It's
but-
a tweak like going from corn syrup to regular sugar. I mean, it's really.
Cane sugar.
I'm
to
gonna be
regular
honest
sugar.
with you. This is not a huge update, and honestly, the upper is not as good as the two.
I will say, if you're not watching the video. Sorry, but the upper does not look as good as I don't know. The overlay is weird. That's gonna come off, right?
This?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's coming off. But look how
You don't think that's coming? That's coming off.
Look how I have to pinch this to get it to fit my foot.
Yeah, that's not good.
So it's a knit upper.
It's a knit, but it's not stretchy. Like, the Epic React is like super stretchy. This is just a hard knit upper. The tongue has some stretch.
Yeah, I think like if you have a knit upper, you really need to nail it as far as having like a perfect fit that then like expands with the foot.
Well, you lose what I found with this shoe, and I have 40 to 50 miles on this shoe. I wasn't diligent about checking it, but we were doing grip miles, and I was just stacking them up on it.
Okay, wow.
And my last 10-mile, little over 11-mile run was in this shoe.
Yeah.
Which I got to say, I saw somebody else post the bottom of the shoe, and it looked really worn off. Mine, after 50 miles, looks pretty clean.
Good, yeah.
But the thing with the sloppy knit upper, Robbie, is that the whole magic in this shoe is the plate and the foam, so that you're over top of it in the rocker.
Right.
With a sloppy fitting upper, you're not getting the energy return out of the plate because your heel is slipping, your foot's not gripping.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the Elfear was like a thing that was here for like the pull tab in the back thing. I thought that was here for a year and then gone, but I guess they're still moving it into other shoes.
I kind of like it. I do like the Elfear.
Even in like a shoe where you really want a secure fit like that.
I don't think the Elfear makes the difference in the secure fit. I think it's a sloppy fitting. Yeah, secure. The hips don't lie. The upper just doesn't fit well.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I could see it's a baggy upper.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so you would take the Carbon X2 over this one?
If it's on sale.
Yeah.
And I like the shoe. I don't dislike the shoe. I think it's got a nice ride for what it is. It's a little bit firmer. It's got a decent soft landing with the foam where it is. And then it rolls through. The rocker is really nice. But yeah, between the two, I think I had a better experience with the Carbon X2 than I just don't like this upper.
All right. Well,
so that's a personal thing. If you have a wider foot or a higher volume foot, this upper might work perfect.
Yeah,
for me, I have a really narrow, low volume foot. And so it's just sloppy.
All right. Well, and I've been running in the Hoka Mach Supersonic the last week or so. I had several runs in it. I don't know if it's just like because it's freezing out, but that is not hit me right. Like, I mean, it's not bad. It's just for a Hoka shoe.
It kind of feels styrofoamy.
Yeah.
Like I also have
actually pretty good.
20 or 30 miles in it. And I was just like, it lacks character because of that styrofoamy feel. And I think that's from the new foam, which will be going forward, but it's like kind of hollowy, slappy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. That's what I was saying. I don't know if it's like cold because it's cold out that it's just becoming so firm, I don't know.
I did think the rocker is nice. Like I feel like it has a good rocker geometry. I guess all the Hokas do, but
yeah.
I will say,
compared to the Mach 4, what do you think?
I never wore the Mach 4.
Oh, okay. For me, it's weird. It feels like a cheaper version.
I would agree with you
of the Mach 4.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was hoping you would say, because I was like, I don't understand why people are loving the Mach 4 so much. If this is what it feels like.
This is kind of playing with my head because I was like, we got to get the foams better. We got to do this. And I do think they are struggling with foams right now. I don't know if this is the answer.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. The pull tab's sweet, though.
Yeah. You could literally lift someone out of like if those helicopters that come to pull people out of the water, like you just lower this shoe on a metal cable.
That's probably what they made them for.
They're also the loudest shoe ever.
They are quite loud.
It's that slappy hollow foam. Yeah.
Well, isn't it hollowed out in the middle?
I don't think it's hollowed out, but you have that
cut out.
But that still shouldn't be that slappy.
Yeah, it is slappy. Slap happy.
Yeah,
you gotta go.
I have an eye doctor's appointment.
All right, we'll go get your eyes checked. We'll talk to Ashley Mateo while you're gone. But I gotta say, this year I'm a little disappointed with so far what we've worn from Hoka.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.